The AllStar app, the #1 app in the business. UFC, Bellator, One Championship, PFL, and more. Get the app right now. Link in description. Let's get into this fight, man. Chris Daukaus. This fight was
Yeah,
supposed to happen in October, but then they postponed it to UFC 282. Why did they move this fight 2 months later?
I think it was my fault. I needed more time. I don't want to go in detail why, but I think it was my fault. And I'm happy that they were able to book the same fight later on this year, like December. So yeah, this time it was my fault.
What was the UFC kind of pissed a little bit that you wanted to move the fight? Because 2 months is a long time.
Yeah, no, they wasn't pissed. They were help. They were on. They understand my problem and what was going on. So I think it's normal. Everybody can have those things. So yeah,
Okay. So some personal things going on, not
exactly. Yeah, yeah.
okay. Okay. Understandable, you know what I mean? It's personal, so I don't want to dig too deep into it. We're not
Yeah.
TMZ, right? We're not tabloid
Yeah.
news, so man, Chris Daukaus, man, this matchup is a good matchup. He's a guy that will stand and trade with you. What do you think about his striking and his other skills?
I definitely think he's skilled. He can do some stuff. I saw fights, and it's not a guy to take easy, you know. And yeah, I think we will lose some, we win some. So it's both of us gonna get in there and fight till the death, or at least I want to go in there and win. And yeah, I need my hands raised for myself, and then we go from there. I definitely think he gets something to bring on the table.
Oh, definitely. He's a guy that he's not afraid to trade. He's not. He'll go in there and he'll risk it, right? He'll risk it. He knows the danger, but he'll risk it. It's a fun matchup in that way, right?
It kind of is, but you never know. Why should I take that risk? We both can get hit. It's the heavyweight. You see what happened the last fight. Even it was stupid. What I, in my opinion, it was an early stoppage for me, and then but it's heavyweight. You can get hit, and sometimes you got to be okay with it. But it can be finished. You never know. It's heavyweight.
Let's talk about the last fight against Volkov. It looked like you were pretty pissed off after they
Yep.
stopped the fight. You went to Herb Dean, and he didn't even drop you. I mean, you were getting hit, but in heavyweight, do you feel like you should be dropped? I mean, we're heavyweights. I mean, like there's power going on all over the place.
My opinion, it's normal. If you get hit, you got to be okay with it because it's not ballet, it's not dancing. It's combat sport. So things like that's gonna happen. I don't know what the referee saw at that moment, but I didn't agree with it. I feel like I got robbed that way. And then other than that, I don't want to go too much, and because nothing can happen right now after. So it is what it is. It's history, and now we have the future in front of us. So I'm focusing on that, and then yeah, I want to get my hands raised. So I'm working on it, and I'm working on myself. So I'm looking to a positive future.
After the fight, what did you do? Did you decide to take a break, or did you just get back into training right away?
I kind of took a break. Also a little bit lost in my head. I'm like, can this happen? But leading up to the fight with Falkov, a lot of things happened. Uh, you don't even want to know, but a lot of things happened, and then it went that way, and then you see like it doesn't seem like meant to be at the moment because I was feeling good. The camp, I think the camp was good, and then a lot of things happened close to the fight, like the last 3 weeks of the fight or 4 weeks of the fight. A lot of things changed. A lot of bad things happen at the moment, and even the fight went bad. So yeah, can't say too much about that, but it go that way. We can't change anything right now, and then the future. So I'm focusing on that.
Did you make any changes after the fight?
Yeah, I definitely think I make changes. mostly in my camp training, my team. Um, we changed a lot of things, and yeah, now we see how it goes, and I think it must be positive. The way it goes, the camp, the way we prepare, we feel really confident, and yeah.
What can you reveal to us that you changed?
Um, for an example, instead of going boxing for um, 3 times a week, I wrestle 5 times a week. Like after my striking training, then I start wrestling with guys. Make sure I get my wrestling skills more up. So if I came in a position, I can take advantage of what I've learned along the way. For that's I think is one of the good examples I can give you.
How much have you, grown as a wrestler in the last 6 months or so?
I still say I have my skills. I'll not be the best wrestler, but I can handle myself. Yeah,
The fight between Francis and Cyril Gahn, right? You saw Francis go in there and wrestle Cyril
yeah. I
Gahn.
saw
That
that
kind of
the
shows you
wrestling.
need some of that, right?
The wrestling is a big game changer in what we're doing, especially in the heavyweight division. A lot of us don't wrestle or do jiu-jitsu, but if you do it, big strong guy, you can throw somebody over and control them there and still win a fight.
Anything else you focused on during that time?
Definitely, the recovery was needed. That's why I kind of took a break. I was still doing some light work, but I didn't do anything heavy. Really took a time off
Mhm.
and focusing on myself. Also, personal stuff, get things set, and that's how life is, right?
Yeah.
Not everything gonna go your way, but if it doesn't go your way, you gotta be okay with it and rebuild what you want. And there's the point where I'm at right now, and I feel like I'm coming back on track. I feel good. I feel really confident with my workout, with my training, my preparation. So I'm looking forward to this fight.
Do you feel like you overtrained sometimes in the past?
Yeah, I definitely think that recovery is the most important part. And because I overtrained, I injured myself also for the last fight. So yeah, I fractured my foot like 4 weeks before the fight, and then yeah, you gotta make some. You got a big decision to make. Will you do it? Will you not do it? And I still think we could do it. So
Mhm.
we did it. It doesn't go our way, and then for next time, like take more time off and then come back stronger.
How long did it take for your foot to heal?
At first, um, I kind of took 10 day off when it happened, and everybody like don't do the fight, and I'm still like, nah, I'm gonna do it. Blah blah blah. 10 day off, and I start training, and then yeah, I went to therapy and stuff, and then I still do the fight.
Mhm.
In the end, you know how
After
it
the
goes.
fight. After the fight, though, like,
No,
did it?
oh, no, before the fight,
Okay.
because it happens like 4 weeks, almost 5 weeks. Let's say 5 to 4 weeks before the fight,
Mhm.
and then I took 10 day off. Went to therapy, see what we can do. Those things happens most of the time.
Yeah.
Fighters we fight with injuries because the you got to train hard. If you miss see something, you can get yourself injured, and you got to go through it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now we know for next time something like that happen, you don't go into the fight. You just say you can.
Yeah. Yeah. You got to make decisions. I mean, there's so many decisions, so many things that's going on in a fighter's life,
Definitely.
and sometimes you got to fight for the money, right? Sometimes you need that
That
money.
happen as well.
Yeah.
We all need the cash. So
What about like a mental coach? Do you have one of those, or do you
a
talk to
what?
anybody? A mental coach, like a mind coach for fighting.
Yeah, we have that. Our
Okay.
management always recommend that, and we have that in our team. So
Have you is it something new that you've been doing, or have you always had like a mind coach?
it's something new. Like for the past 8 months
Okay.
because I didn't know about it. I don't think I needed it until somebody recommended it, and then I started doing it.
How has it changed you? Has it been something that's been really beneficial?
It is because then you can your mind are more relaxed. You don't have to because there's so many things you got to think about as a fighter. You got to be a normal person as well. So so sometimes like you think of this and that, and then you don't even have to think about it.
Mhm.
But as we are human, so it's normal. And then it's that person that tell you, hey, this. You don't have to think about it right now. The only thing you got to think about right now is here. And then you see the future, like, hey, exactly. Why should I force myself with that?
Mhm.
Force my thoughts for my brain. Don't need it.
Yeah, there's so much going on. Like you said, fighters are fighters, but they're also regular people, so they have regular problems like everybody else.
Exactly.
Yeah, so much going on, And in this fight, man, I think it's going to be a very exciting fight. It's going to be technical as well. Both you guys are very technical in your striking. How do you see the fight playing out? Like, how do you envision the fight?
I must say, Daukaus is a lighter heavyweight,
Mhm.
so it means he's also a faster heavyweight. So I gotta be chasing him down. I definitely know he's gonna move a lot because I watch his fight. He moves a lot, and doesn't matter what he's gonna bring on the table is what I want of the fight. So I want to go in there and be there with him. If we gotta go down, stay down, um, control everything. So I mean, I can't say right now how the fight's gonna play out.
Mhm.
I make sure I'll be in shape and I'll be ready to go forever.
2023 is coming pretty soon. There's a few guys in the top 10 you have not fought yet. Like Tai
So
Tuivasa, Derek Lewis, Tom Aspinall, even Stipe Miocic. Right? These are big names. Do you have a target of like who you would like to fight next year?
for me, it's like who is on top of me. That makes more sense. And all the names you mentioned, they are on top of me, so it doesn't matter if it's gonna be one step at a time. Right now, I have Chris Daukaus in front of me. When this fight makes the future bright for me, and then I can look forward to who ranks above, and then we take it like that, like one step at a time. We're rushing it in a way in the past. It didn't go our way, so now we're taking it one step at a time. Being more smart and even train smart. And yeah,
Different strategy, right?
exactly.
All right. So I like it. I like it. Of course, I gotta ask you about John Jones. He hasn't fought in 3 years, and there's
Yeah,
always talk about him coming back. And they're gonna try to make the fight Jones versus Stipe for UFC 282, the card that you're on. Now
correct.
there's rumors about Jones fighting Francis in maybe March or April next year. Do you think Jones is gonna come back? Do you like that idea of him fighting for the title?
I don't know. There's so many things that's said in the past about this guy, about the fight. If he comes back, I mean, it's nice for the heavyweight division. It's competitive, So if he doesn't come, it's still the same. Right now, focusing on myself.
Yeah.
So we're gonna see it. What's gonna happen for me is I'm going to go in there and give my best, make sure I win this fight, and then we're gonna see what everybody else is gonna do after that.
All right, Jairzinho, December 10th, UFC 282, big heavyweight clash with Chris Daukaus. Go to the descriptions and download the AllStar app if you want to know anything about Jairzinho or the event. Thank you so much for the time. All the best in the fight.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.